Better slightly 12 minutes late than not at all, right? What's good in the hood? This is Dead Dodge Garage Live, and I'm late. For literally no reason. What's the up-to-the-minute status of the Fury going to McCacken? I don't know. Ask Tom. Dude, makeshift Mopars. It's called Dead Dodge Garage for a reason. The actual reason I'm late, allegedly I was sitting on the toilet and answering comments, and one of them, my hair's a mess. Sorry. And I always try to fix it in the mirrored image, which is dumb. One of them was a guy who was like, I don't even know why I started watching. I always hated Dodges, but I watched for a while. It was kind of entertaining. But you guys just insist if you're just going to work on these rusty piece of garbage A-bodies, I'm not watching anymore. And Jamie's turbo video just sealed it. He's an idiot. He doesn't understand diagnosis. He's clueless. It's an embarrassment. You don't have to announce your departure, but some people insist on it. Anyway, so I told that guy to... Well, I had some things to say. Anyway, Old Iron's here. What's up? David Bisnet is here. Yes, it rains a lot. It was nice today. I was doing yard work. I pulled all the grapes off the side of the house. No Clue Garage. What up? What's good in the hood? You gotta love the haters. I don't get many of them, you know? Jason's here. What is up? The indirect connection. Robo Style. Tonight's libation is still the Incline Apple Crisp. There's 4 more of them in the fridge after this one. Coming soon. It was not ready in time tonight, but Byron, who's been in many videos, he's been in all my off-roading videos and most of my drag racing videos. I helped, but we picked a bunch of apples from our 2 trees here. Planted more trees this year, so this fall. So we should have all kinds of apples in the coming years, but we have 2 trees producing all the apples, and Byron turned a bunch of them into cider. So yeah, it's like done-ish. Might be some flavoring tweaks, mild ones, and then it's going in a keg. Jeff is announcing his entrance. Hello, Jeff Lux. How's it going? Guy Cooler wants to know if I found the Valiant parked in an Indian burial ground. No comment. Classic Dude Mike, how's the future Gold Top doing? Really good. It's got a pick guard. It's got knobs. Straighten the neck. It needs intonated still, but I love that thing. That is my favorite guitar, maybe of ever. Glenn made it. Good evening, Glenn. Chris, I haven't seen Tom's video today. I didn't get a chance. I was too busy yard working, but if you saw Tom's video, then you know kind of what's up. I don't know when he ends the video because, again, I haven't seen it. But I'm going up there tomorrow, and basically the engine goes in tomorrow or we're going to lose the shop or whatever. But on Friday, I was doing stuff like this. Little detail work, went through that distributor, didn't restore it, just made it work and kind of cleaned it. I routed all the plug wires. We're just getting little nuts and bolts and stuff together, and all the hardware is restored, basically. It's coming together. It's looking good. Oh, Donnie. Nice. Paul Wortman defended the Green Monster a couple times today. Defended it? I saw your one comment. Jeffrey Voth, was my comment mean? I don't think so. Brian Fisher's in the house. Believe in Yourself is here. Granddad's Junk is in the house as well. Wow. Apparently it's cold and snowing in Wisconsin. Nope. I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, you don't have to announce your departure. Exactly. It's not an airport. Plymouth on Plywood is back in the harbor trying to get on a normal sleeping schedule. Nice. Well, good. probably. Lots of people want to see me keep going with the turbo kart. It's ridiculous. Donnie likes grape. Okay. Did I say how to crash his Roadrunner garage? I don't know if I did. Paul Wortman likes, subscribed, and participated. I'm going to start asking people to subscribe again. John Skidmore is here from Beaverton, Oregon. What's up? How's it going? Alan is here. Alan was here first. Now he pulled that off. Pretty impressive, though. Conroy Cavasu, Robobert, McLovin, Rich Jordan, Mopar Jimmy, all in early. Steven Rosenthal is here. The Steven is from whom I got my new reliable daily driver. And then Alan had it for a bit, but now I have it back. And I'm driving it every day. The fuel economy is amazing. Yeah. Jeff R is here. Old Stuff Rules is here. Thought I'd never get in. Yeah, I was late. Sorry about that. Paul Steinberg also here. Kenneth Flouchet, I hope. I probably learned how to pronounce that correctly at one time and then forgot, like everything else. A handful of people. Colin has fans on the channel. We did a Colin video today. I didn't know he was going to have a video until yesterday at 5 minutes before my video went live. Because that video, the Turbo Valiant video, was supposed to be today. But then Colin mentioned that he was working on that and asked for the clips. And I was like, is it going to be done tomorrow? And he said, sure. So we had a Colin video today. There are Colin fans, but there are also a few people, understandably, who are confused and are like, who's this guy? And a couple people specifically say they won't watch Colin videos. Okay, fine. That's fine. I guess I should take it as a compliment, but whatever. I like a day off every now and again. It's an extra video that we just wouldn't have had at all. And also, by the way, people like it. It's doing quite well. So, yeah. Classic Dude Mike. I'm playing. Both of those Les Pauls are in D standard, and they've got 11s on them. Tom's getting about 3 seconds of sleep. Yeah. Yeah. It's cold in Minnesota, according to one of the Jeffs, Jeff Militich. Aaron Raminos says, when fix Perky? Dude, I don't know. I really don't know. Vivian is here, rebuilding the tiny Carter 1 barrel for her J10. It's a 1 barrel? Why? Why would an inline 6 like that have a 1 barrel? Well, now that I think of it, my 1-ton Ford van had a 1 barrel. I made an Instagram post about this. But special C-body 6-barrel stuff. You got your 6-barrel intake next to the number 7 plug wire running over the valve cover. That was only seen on those cars. Would have that intake manifold and that plug wire combination. 64 of them built. 61 in America, 3 in Canada, apparently. And very few of them left. Excuse me. Yeah. McLovin's looking at a Dodge. Guys ask, it's a cool step-side Dodge, 77. And the guy's asking 6 for a non-running truck with no bed floor. Like, that's too much, but it's a cool truck for sure. We're in agreement that 6 is too much, but then he said a C10 Chevy in that condition would be $15,000. Yeah, probably. Yeah. My mom is normally a Colin fan, but hasn't gotten over being miffed at him. Yeah. Yeah. Colin videos are like DDG spin-off pilots. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. The funny thing is, like, the show was always the two of us before it was on YouTube. Does that make sense? Dude, this is embarrassing. My part's all wrong. Can't see. Conor McCavasu sat through all 27 hours of Colin's road trips. Yeah, we've had some conversations about editing. I always figured he would send me footage and I'd edit it, but he likes editing, so he does that. But yeah, I don't have a lot to say in it. Indirect Jason says, as far as the Turbo Valiant goes, I'd like to see it complete. Me too. That said, I feel none of the frustration. Yeah. Dan Orcutt liked the Colin videos. Colin is a good dude. He's a solid dude. Dude, AMC guy, that's what I said in a response to one of the three. There were only three people. That's not very many, but I read every comment for some reason. That duster is getting a lot more love than it deserves. Anyway, my response to one of those comments, because the guy, it was a compliment to me, which I appreciated. It was, I subscribe to this channel to listen to Jamie. I don't want to listen to this other guy. And I responded and said, thank you. I do appreciate that. And I understand. Every now and again, you know, other people have been part of the channel since the beginning, kind of, but, you know. He's been supplying us with videos for a year and a half, 2 years, every now and again. But what I said in that comment was, hey, Johnny Carson used to have guest hosts all the time, and he was way better to listen to than me. So I think it's okay. Yay! Chris Nealis is here, a member. Thank you. I almost missed it. Birthday party for my oldest tonight. Nice. Very nice. It's snowing in Northwest Ohio. I truly don't know when I'm going to get to work on Perky. I need to do so many other things. I guess I could spoil this too. So I was supposed to have a Slant 6 video this last week on Vivian's engine, but this whole 6-barrel car needs to leave for Chicago, like now thing is happening, and so I had to run up there beginning of the week, end of the week. So I did not have enough Slant 6 stuff happening in time to have a video this week, but it is coming together. We have a bottom end, we have an camshaft. I still got to degree the cam, make sure it's good where it is, but it has an timing chain, and I've been cleaning all the hardware, and yeah, it's coming. It's going to happen. It's all happening. Old Iron might start announcing that he's never watching again on every video. Unsubscribe! Nice. Jeff R., are those 440 exhaust manifolds painted? Yes. Will that last? No. But that's how the factory did it. So that's how we do it for a restoration grade engine. And if you'll notice, it's kind of hard to see in this, but the paint's a bit thin in the middle of the manifold, and there are shadows and stuff like that. You will find runs on this engine. You will find, little thin spots like that. That's factory crappy. That's how they're supposed to be. Yeah, see, there's a big shadow right there. They weren't thoroughly covering the manifolds, and as soon as the engines ran, the paint started burning off. But that is how they did it on the line, on the engine painting line. They painted them with the manifolds on. The goal was to get paint on everything around the manifolds, and then, it just burns off the manifold. So oftentimes you will see them done in high temp, exhaust paint, whatever, barbecue paint, whatever, instead of painted that way. To protect them so they don't rust immediately, which is what cast iron does. If you ever see that, nice, not factory correct. The factory painted them like that, and the paint burned off, and it is what it is. Blabla is here. How's it going? Hello from Austin. Hell yeah. Have I mentioned that I've been there 3 times? Or 2 times? 3 times. Yep. Yeah, nice. McLovin drops some rules. Hey, hello all. If you're new here, please don't ban me. Jamie welcomes most all questions. Remember, no politics, and a little cheddar might get your question answered ahead of the pack. Very true. We don't beg for super chats around here, but we do appreciate them. We'll never beat that time I was on the road and I checked in the truck late on a Sunday in the middle of Oklahoma outside of a small casino. And we got the most super chats of all time. I'm so thankful to everybody that contributed to that road trip fund. Dennis Wheeler's here. Gopher Garage? Did I say hi to Gopher Garage? I don't know. Dan Arcott's here. It's 13 degrees in Wasilla. That sounds awful. That's the other thing. Somebody was like, I mentioned possibly in that same response, I don't remember, people tell us we sound the same all the time. And we have the same weird sense of humor, similar mannerisms, not the same, but anyway. Narn Anderson sent me $2. Hopefully that's how you pronounce that. And said, "Are you a Volvo guy? I daily drive an 88 240 with 3 pedals." Nice. I've worked on a couple 240 series cars. I like them. They're built like bricks. I've never had one. I had a friend that daily drove one for quite a while. I did timing on that one, water pump. What else did I have to do for him? I can't remember. I worked on it several times. It was a white 240 wagon. Must have been an automatic. But yeah, I think they're cool. Just, I think they're great, reliable transport, but I've somehow never had one. Some family friends had one of those for years, and I always remember the weird headrests. I'll never forget that. And I know that interior was brown. Mama McP is here. How's it going? One of the McNuggets. When are we going to be seeing that music channel you were talking about? Probably around the same time I put your shirt up for sale. Life's a buffet and I ain't hungry. There's so much to do all the time. And so things I want to do lose out to things I have to do, if that makes sense. So I don't know, but sometime I would like to do it. Oh, double back again. Sent me $10. Thank you for that. Jamie, new to me, 1970 Dart 344 speed. Sick. Jealous. Intermittent no start starts when you pull the e-brake. Excuse me. Check your steering column connector. New for 1970, the key was moved to the column. They have a disconnect right under the column that connects to the dash harness. And it's super common to see crispy connections in there, specifically the blue wire. The other thing that could be happening there, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, something's moving. Either that or something is somehow energizing through the brake warning switch, which seems unlikely. Yeah, check that big connector and see if wiggling it does the same thing. And thanks again. Tomorrow will be the 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Corey Cars is here. How's it going? Hey, yo! From Phoenix. Dust Devil Garage is in the house. What's up? Jeffrey Jr. Earhart. Hello again from up in Skagit County. How you doing there? How you going? Mostly Mopar dropped in and to hit the like button. Thank you for that. Please do. And Rooster's here. I don't know if I've said hi to Rooster yet, but he's here. My sister does not seem to be here. Jeffrey asked, what do you think about 360 heads on a 318 and an 84W150? Pros or cons? Pro. Better top-end potential, horsepower potential. Bigger ports, bigger valves. There's the potential there to make horsepower. Con, compression drop, and your engine is already compression challenged. 84 would be at least 1 year too early to have closed chamber 302s. 360 heads have more performance potential, but you lose compression from the larger open chamber. There are 318 heads that have, or 273 heads that have closed chambers, which are a better choice. Also, the ports are bigger on the 360, so again, flow potential. But if it's a truck engine or a street engine or an economy engine, you kind of want the 318 head with the smaller, more restrictive ports for torque and economy, because you get better port velocity. That's funny. Aqualung starts playing in Classic Dude Mike's head every time he sees my brother. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that for sure. Yeah, Chris Neela sent me an email about this. Just bought my first A-body last night. 65 Barracuda with an insane 225 build. I feel DDG official now. You are DDG official. Welcome to the club. I do believe Chris also sent me some coffee. He's got a roastery. Is that what they call that? And thanks again for that, by the way. I will show you if I can find it. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it has to re-download. This is stupid. Be less stupid. People always email me bunches of pictures, and my email will only download one at a time. So I have to, and video, like any media, it does the same thing. I don't know. Oh, great. You loaded that picture, not the one I wanted. I want to show you this video because it sounds insane. We'll see if it works. It might. CoffeeDudesCoffee.com is his business. I haven't tested the product yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's coming in the mail. Okay, we're downloading a video. We'll see if it works. And I will show you this ridiculous sounding Slant 6. Yeah, that's the thing. Somebody else, I don't remember which video it was, but somebody commented on maybe my Dart video and was like, yeah, Kimmel has guesses. Very true. I almost said that, but you know, Johnny Carson, little bit higher than Kimmel in the hierarchy of late night hosts. That's a Slant 6. Amazing. I'm so jealous. Oh, you got to get rid of the fly eye air cleaner. The bad news. Everything else in there is awesome. Good stuff. Oh, wow. Dan Orcutt sent a picture from Wasilla and said 13 trees. Brr. No, thank you. I'm good. I am on the patch. Nicholas Johnson, welcome. Excuse me, a lot of rain. There's this thing, excuse me, called that's funny. I just saw another Chris Neal's comment. There's a thing called an atmospheric river, and we keep getting one of those parked over our heads. Yeah, very Glovin. I edit mercilessly. I edit out individual breaths. I edit out phrases, parts. I move things around so they make sense. I try to keep it moving. Let's go, people. Let's go. Yeah. He does it differently, but he's gotten more toward the way I operate as he's gone on. Yes, any call-in video he edited. The ones where, like the Duster one together, I edited that. It was a bit of his footage, mostly mine. Fire your makeup, people. Yeah. Yeah. Old Iron. So weird he named his own child Hot Dog. I named him Hot Dog Henry. That was me. Classic Dude Mike, any news on the Tom Waits tribute show? I think I'm going to be doing it next Halloween. And I was just thinking about songs today and going, oh, I got to learn to play the piano now. And I'm going to have to grow a goatee. It will, cut the other stuff and then grow a goatee. And then one of those hats. Got to dig my trench coat out. Yeah. Jeff R., have you completed your jury duty? Yes. We found him not guilty because this did not do a good job proving that he was guilty. And that's what you have to do. Yeah, that duster's a total pile. It's even worse than I already thought it was. But it's still, whoops. How'd that end up turned up so much? That's weird. Apologies if I'm now quieter. On the first video, tons and tons of people commented and said, "Oh, that car's a piece of garbage. Why are you wasting your time?" A couple people did today, but a lot more on the first one. Huh. Weird. I apologize if I'm... Yeah, the Edelbrock fire starter air cleaner. If I'm cutting out, I apologize. Everything looks fine on my end. So I don't know. What was Alan accused of? Getting some old real player vibes. Huh. Tiffany got out of jury by telling them she was bringing 12 daycare dogs. Old Iron says, I keep briefly becoming a robot. Well, weird. I have no... It says everything's fine over here, so I apologize. Weird. I could try refreshing. I don't know. Hang on a second. Let me hit a button. I'm going to hit a button. Am I still here? Yeah, I think I'm still here. Did that change anything? Is it gooder? The comfy chair. Yeah, no. Well, oh. McLovin sees me loud and clear. About the same. Less, not gooderer. Marginally gooderer. Weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's fine-ish. There's nothing else I can do. The graphics are crisp. Yeah, I don't know, guys. There's nothing on my end. It says everything's fine, and I'm in 480p and good connection. So, okay, it's fixed. Everything's fixed. Good. Gooderer. Much more gooderer. Oh, yeah, I'm AI generated. Blurps, bleeps, and cutouts happening on Brian's feed. The SIP fixed the graphics. Nice! Oh. It's now 12 years after you press the button. Nice. Okay, anyway. Yeah, everything's back to abnormal. Hit the enter button harder. Which one's the any key? I no longer look like a Minecraft character. There's just too many comments. All right. Nice. Anyway, as Andrew Button mentioned, I have A-bodies to babysit. Yeah, I want to work on Perky, but there's too much other stuff going on. I just take the things as they come, and there are too many things. Oh, well. Oh, well. Andrew Button, where did you get your factory six-pack cam? Well, the six-pack guy. Like, that's his thing. Yeah, yeah, Brian, fair point. Your brother's video had almost 76% the humor that yours have. He's getting there. Yeah, no, I agree. We are different people, it turns out. Nicholas Johnson just became a gold member. Thank you, Nicholas. You are in the upper echelon of members. Gold members get one-on-one tech support and a merch discount. And they get into the super secret room on the Discord, although fancies also get in there. Yeah. It's definitely not. Yeah. Smoking a crepe, smoking a pancake, shaking a shower. That's not the right voice, but don't worry about that. Nicholas Johnson has a Fratzog now, although, of course, on my end, it just looks like this because I can see him over here, but just not in StreamYard. Colin's humor is more subtle than yours. Yeah, I would agree with that. Paul Wortman wants a crepe. Oof. Tanner has been outside messing with the scamp this evening. Just rewired my charging system. Voltage regulator is supposed to have more voltage than 11. Agreed. Excuse me. Old Iron says, you may recall my speedo issue from last week. Yes, I do. Now with the key on, it goes straight to 30, goes up to 40 when driving fast. That's weird. Arthur Quinn has been a member for 6 months. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with the connection. Apparently it's a little weird. Do gold members get roller skates and a weird Dutch accent? Yes. Since there is no pleasing you. Or whatever. Yeah. Soundgarden got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So did the White Stripes. There you go. Just need to find a Dodge that isn't dead. Maybe with the one-on-one, it can be. Nice. Nice. The connection is direct. Crashes Roadrunner Garage. Do you prefer Brewers or Passon for 4-speed parts? We've always used Brewers. Passon has good stuff too, but we've always gotten stuff from Brewers, so. There you go. Russ Peters Derelict has realized that Google AI is stupid. Yep. I think Andrew Button is a little behind the live stream. It's cold. The web tubes are stretched tight. It's cold in here. Do fish get thirsty? What do you got against the White Stripes? It's a great band. Great band. Good night, Brian. I can play almost every White Stripes song. Yeah. Google AI, the next Wikipedia. So true. Colin's humor's like a lime green Camaro. Cover Garage, you did a great job with the DDG logo in the beginning. Yes, I took that style from him. I've used it a few times. It's pretty cool. He uses the big logo. Tanner would love to take the 4-speed route for the scamp. That 4,000 stall converter sucks for driving down the highway. I bet it does. Yes, Arthur Quinn, I have a Chevy car on the wall. I believe my mother got me that. Do fish get thirsty? I think that's a good album name. Yeah. Andrew Button needs a 6-pack cam. The 6-pack guy. Like, I think that's what he's called. I showed his paperwork in the video. So look at that. It also had his contact info, I think. Vivian changed a string for Jack White on his airline guitar on their first U.S. tour. Is that cool points? Yes. Yes, it is. Nice. Jeff Hutchins' son found the problem with the passenger side taillight on Jeff's 91 W250 Cummins 5-speed. There's a lot that can be wrong. It was all of those things. I love that. Metric. Hold on. Oh, this isn't the guitar I was playing it on. That's why it's the wrong key. I guess it would have to be here. Have you heard the acoustic version of Help I'm Alive? It's a fantastic piece of music. I tremble, they're gonna eat me alive. Almost have that note. So good. Jack White is a strange dude. That's very true. But an excellent musician, a consummate musician. Oh yeah, I could play that one. Sure. There's no home for you here, go away. There's no home for you here. I'm telling you, they're all in there. The 2.2 was used in the first gen Dakota, Robert Lee. I think I saw your other comment. Someone said something about a 2.2 in a Dakota. Where was that? Where'd it go? I don't know. Somebody said, yeah. Nicholas Johnson. Is there a path for a 2225 in an A body with 2.5 Dakota parts? Yeah. So the K engine did end up in the Dakota with a manual transmission that way. So I believe, yes, I believe there is. Similarly, you could use said Dakota rear-wheel drive transmission to put an SRT4 engine in an A body. Any echo in the Bunny Man? I just know that one song, and I don't know how to play it. I like this guy. Yeah. Did Six Pack Guy at least say sorry? I don't think we've even talked to him yet. We don't have time. Klapausch's is here. It's a sad day. Snow is falling in Ontario, so my car goes to sleep for the winter. At least I got to drive it into November. Yeah. I haven't had the charger out for like a month. Fox Can Fix It is still waiting for Cake to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Someone commented today and said something about a white Chrysler LeBaron. And so I wrote back, she's trading her MG for a white Chrysler LeBaron. Dang it. Yeah. Yes, Jack White was an upholsterer in Detroit. Very true. Hi, Brooke. Bet it's almost bedtime. Maybe not quite. Yes. Yeah, that I don't love like poppy music. I like metric. They have a certain meaning to me. But that is one of a couple like poppy songs that have an acoustic version that's just like fantastic. Another one, and this is crazy because I do not like this band or the song. The acoustic version of Pumped Up Kicks is like just grade A music, I'm telling you. Philip, I think that's French. Boismier? Hopefully, maybe. Boismier? I don't know. Anyway, 2.5 liter turbo Dakota 5-speed in an A body would be lots very different. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Alan loves Cake. Wow. Old Iron's going to put the Dakota away for the winter. I'd hate for it to get rusty. Hey, I just played that. Um, that, yeah. A friend, when I was a wee fellow, had a Cake album. I just always remember that guy. When I think about them. Yeah. What were we talking about? I don't even know. Fleetwood's here. How's it going? Go for garage. Have an 04 Cummins coming into the garage in a few weeks. Lost the rear CV on the front drive shaft. It's not good. Transfer case is gone. Yikes. That ain't good. Great. Paul Wortman says the Cars are a great band. I was nearly in a Cars tribute band for Night of the Living tribute bands 3 years ago. And so I had to learn some Cars songs. And I'm not like a fan, really. But anyway. That's a good one. Fade Into You. That's the Mazzy Star song. Yeah, that's the only one. Don't tell my wife I said that. Gary Conrad is here now and a member. Thanks and welcome. I bet I could play that. Ooh, don't do. I apologize for that noise. That's not right. That was right. Yeah, that was right. And that's the whole song. Oh, wait, there's a D occasionally. Andrew Button says Mazzy Star is what we listened to in the early 90s when hating life. Some people were listening to Mazzy Star in the early 2000s while hating life. Yeah. Moving in Stereo is a good car song. Yes, the van, you did that. Yeah, we've done this. I have not heard of Chiodos? Excuse me. Rusbeater says, noticed Hughes makes a narrow LSA overlap cam for a slant. Would help cylinder pressure till the turbo comes in, but the $330 price tag's kind of yikes. Well, welcome to the future. I actually realized I have a brand new comp cam in a box, and I'm not excited about comp cams, but it's a Slant 6, and it was free. So, can't complain too much. I'm thinking about popping that in there. 6th Street Garage is here. How's it going? What's good in the hood? Hot Shoe does not remember much of the 80s. Jeffrey Nunez is in touch with my world. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I got nothing. Yeah, what Tom said. Comp scams. Nice. Huh. Tanner has a brand new comp solid flat LA cam. Interesting. The Jeep's still running. Dude, I forgot I owned it. I just remembered today. If you remember the 80s, you weren't there. Whoops. Oh, that's a car song? I'm in touch with your world. Okay. I don't know that one. Ah, yes. Comp, the Walmart of camshafts. Hello, Soylent Gray. Indeed, it was not purple. So much going on. The talking cylinder heads. Nice. Tanner's staying away from cake. He's getting too fat. Oh, look, a total douchebag moron is here. You do it for free, brother. Bye-bye. Man, he got a lot of them off quick. That was impressive. I don't think that's ever happened before. So you're saying there's a chance. Harry Lister's playing Moving in Stereo right now in the chat. That's funny. Oh, stop it. Where? Okay. Are you sure that's Missouri? I've missed a lot on the Discord lately. There's too much happening in life. Jeff R says, your 7-minute update video on the 6-barrel was dodgy by your standards. True. But I gave Uncle Tony a dislike for his terrible jet change video the same day. I watched his video. I thought it was kind of entertaining in a way. Harry Lister says, I can still hear you. It's like being in a bar. Nice. Oh, yeah, you got to switch top chat to live chat. I remembered to do that. Fleetwood asked, yeah, are you going or have you ever done McCacken? I'd like to do it once. Has it been there, done that? Heard it's good. As a rule, I don't care about car shows. We have a car going to McCacken. Tom has asked me 2 years now, including this year, if I wanted to go. I don't. I just don't really. Rather be here. Your 318's too good, Tanner. It's too good. Josh Homan's here. How's it going? What's good in the hood? Oingo Boingo is a fantastic band, in case anyone doesn't know that. Gray matter, gray matter. Mm-hmm. Kelly Jones is here and says, I'm here. I made it. Ooh, I like those. I'm going to look at a refreshed 340 and a rebuilt 4-speed. Don't really know what I'm looking at as far as the 4-speed. Any signs to look for? So what you really want to do is look in it. You want to look at the synchro stop rings, the shiny goldish colored thingamies. You want to look at the teeth on the gears. The thing you want to know about the synchro stop rings is when you push them over, do they grab? They should, if it's rebuilt. It should like immediately basically lock onto the gear it's next to when you push it. You want to look at the engagement teeth. Those are the things that the collars slide onto, especially second gear. First gear is in the back. Second gear is right in front of that. So those teeth will be facing rearward. The collar moves forward onto them. So look at the teeth next to the second rearmost gear. Look at all of them, but you really want to look at those and see if they're rounded over or otherwise chipped, not looking good. Yeah, second gear and the condition of the stop rings, those are the big things you need to know. That and spin it and just make sure it doesn't sound like gravel rolling around in a bucket. Other than that, yeah, what do I even have you guys for? I'm doing all the moderating. It's hilarious. Yeah, exactly. I didn't paint the engine. I don't do that. Trev did. But my detail work will be there, and I built the engine, and it sounds fantastic and ran perfect. So, yeah. So that'll be there. No Beret is in the house. How's it going? Yosemite Pete, Mean Street Mopar. Where were all you guys? Nice. I'm on a Mexican radio. I don't even remember what band that is, but yeah. I was struck by lightning walking down the street. I was hit by something last night in my sleep. It's the dead man's party. My voice isn't the best, by the way. Who could ask for more? Everybody's Whatever. Love that guy. He's so weird. I don't know the Lemonheads. It's almost like being there. Yeah. It does speak for itself. Wall of Voodoo. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Old Iron says, why haven't I become a mod yet? One too many jests about Barracuda rear windows and Perkins head gaskets. Well, plus your attendance wasn't 100% for quite a while there, I seem to recall. Meep. Danny Elfman. Yes, the man himself. The man and his dog. Yeah. Don't run away, it's only me. Yep. Yeah. Mark Bass says, don't make me a mod. I will be drunk with power and ban everyone. Nice. Yosemite Pete. Hey, Jamie, have you yet installed a Tremec 5-speed into any B or E body? I did an A body. It's way easier in a B or E. There's more room. Yeah. Any advice? The TKO 500. Sorry, the TKX is the slightly smaller one, and in an A body, you only have to kind of beat the crap out of the floor and cut the cross member. It probably fits in your B or E body pretty good. But yeah, I mean, you can watch the one I did in an A body. It's all exactly the same, except the floor clearance will be, that situation will be a bit different. Tiffany can be a mod if needed. I'm firing all you guys and hiring Tiffany. Becky Riley is here. Hi. Yes, Danny Elfman writes, arranges orchestral music. He's brilliant and amazing. Yes, that is true. I love installing TKO 500s and Studebakers. It was way easier than the other one. Kind of just fit. Yeah, I almost responded to that, but I've thought better of it. Absolute power does corrupt. Absolutely, that's true. Scoop is here. Scoop did not like being a mod. T-handle the world. Oh, that's funny. Rooster's attendance is perfect, but his attention span is not. That's sick. Believe in yourselves. Friend's brother had a radio station built above the car in the garage. A real broadcast license for about 150 feet. We spent many evenings there broadcasting. That's sick. I don't know Crash Test Dummies. Oh, Hot Shoe looked at a 340 TA last week. Yeah, those things aren't cheap. Not at all. I can't answer that. Yes, Danny Elfman, he started doing movie soundtracks specifically for Tim Burton, but he's done many, while he was still in Oingo Boingo, and basically was like, okay, I'm done with this band. I'm going to do other things now. But basically the band wanted to keep the band going to make money, and he didn't, but he stayed with them for a while anyway. I don't know. I listened to him with, what's his name? You know, the guy, the bald one from the Smashing Pumpkins. Don't actually tell me his name. I don't want to know. But I will remember eventually. Anyway, it was really interesting. Billy Korg, Billy, that guy. Yeah. Ken Robinson says, T5 seems like it would work mint behind a slant. It's absolutely strong enough. It's just the bell housing situation. There is a 5-speed, a very light duty I think it's called the MP535. Excuse me. It's very similar in size and fitment to an 833 overdrive. In fact, it looks to me like they came up, excuse me again, with a 5-speed that would go right in place of an 833 overdrive. And I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was used in Dakotas, early Dakotas. I used to have one. My brother said, "Oh, that's a piece of garbage. Throw that away." So I did. That was a mistake. Should have kept it because I'm pretty sure it bolts up where an 833 would have. So I think that means it would bolt to a slant 6 bell housing. Now, I could be wrong. Could also use a slant 6 truck bell housing and then come up with some 5-speed that would connect to that. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know that a T5 would bolt right on to such a bell housing. Are we talking about Moby? REM Speedwagon? Nice. Yeah. I can't stand... Two of you typed Corrigan, and I'm pretty sure it's Corrigan, like Andrew typed. Pretty sure. But I was thinking Corrigan, which is funny. But I don't think that's his name. I think it's Corrigan. Yeah. Corgan. He might be Bill Burr's brother. That is, I mean, it's a rumor that he has repeated. Jason headed out a couple minutes ago. Take it easy. Thanks for being here. See you later. See you later. IMD is about to embark on rebuilding brakes on the 56 Imperial. First time doing brakes should be an adventure. Yes, it will be. Those are weird brakes. Yeah. Yeah, I just said that. That's funny. Yeah. Jamie's to 70s A-Bodies as Danny Elfman is to movie soundtracks. Nice. I don't know how to actually play that. Whatever. Dang it. Yep. Raymond Cabell headed out. Thanks for being here. More garage workplace modifications. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But banana bread? At work, dude? Hell yeah. Jaybird's in the house. What up? It's good in the hood. Bachman Turner A8 33 overdrive. Respirator Sterling says there are a couple adapter kits that bolt a Ford T5 to a slant bell housing. Okay, that's good to know. Nice. I have refreshed some rusty gears. The pitting that I have seen tends to not be on the actual pieces of the gears that matter. Something about those, the teeth being under pressure and oil and treating, and I don't know. Obviously, if there's major pitting and it's in the areas where the gears mesh, yes, that would be bad. I've seen some not the best transmissions, and I've yet to actually see that. That doesn't mean it can't happen, but I haven't ever seen gears with pitting like that. Alex Hoffman wants to know, are those a couple Gibsons back there? No. There's one Gibson Tribute Series P90, which I love. That and that are Korean Epiphones. That's my original one I got in 2010 and snapped the headstock off 3 times. And that was supposed to be the spiritual successor. But then I got that. And so now I have 3, and that's just too many. I do have a Gibson SG Studio over here as well, which I love. I like Primus. No, Paul, I'm not going to send you my poster. God. Primus sucks. Someone did this in my comments on my 70 Swinger video, which is hilarious. I do use my friend Drew and I, Drew Funk of Whitewood Funk. We used to bomb around in my 1-ton Ford Econoline van inside his Econoline and blast Spacegrass at maximum volume on an amp that I had under the seat and an aux cord and a pair of bookshelf speakers. And then later, I got this 1973 Swinger and I sold it to Drew. Anyway. Jesus on the dashboard. Only a lad. You really can't blame him. Perhaps a little bit confused. Carbon Fiber Diet wants to know, how do I get the frat sog some of you have? You have to be a member, a DDG member. You get a frat sog, and the color changes. I need to come up with more colors because now we've had members for over a year. Could you sing us out with Steve Earle? I could. Yeah, that could happen. What key is this in? Maybe that's standard. I hate that I know that. I've seen Clutch twice, and they played Spacegrass the second time. His voice has changed a lot over the years, but it was great. It was really awesome. Loved that. Have you seen the Volvo? It's a door dinger, but it's Africa. It's the greatest thing of all time. Jerry was a race car driver. He went so goddamn fast. Never did place first all that much, but he never did come in last. It's something like that. Yeah, see, I read that they had maple necks, and I really like the neck on that thing. Seriously, that tribute is like my favorite guitar. But the guitar store guy looked at it and like picked at some chipped finish and went, "This is mahogany. I'm sure this is mahogany." Okay, if you think so. I had a Tele Deluxe for a while. I sold that. I have a Mexican Strat. I have too much. There's too much. There's way too much. Yeah. Haven't members been around for more like 2 years? I don't think so. Patrick Sullivan checking his color. What color are you? You are green. Limelight green, perhaps. Oh, that's funny. Nicholas Johnson says that LED thing is a half-decent acoustic guitar mic. I doubt anyone else is listening through a giant Focusrite and studio monitor, so probably not. I would be recording, broadcasting to you through the Scarlett, whatever the big one is. I just bought it. You'd think I'd remember what it is. 18920? Yeah. But it's at the studio with my monitors and the mixer that's normally here and the mixer that's normally there and all my rack gear and yeah. Oh, you got to pay to have the frat song. Jamie requires an all lobster diet. Oh, man. He never did win no checkered flags, but he never did come in last. Whatever. Son, you're going to drive me to drinking if you don't stop driving that hot rod Lincoln. Fratzog, corn dog, and a 65 Barracuda rear window with deluxe membership. Is Stephen Andrews here? I have to say thank you again to Stephen Andrews. I haven't seen him tonight, but he's a double secret member. I'm going to add a double secret membership level that's ridiculously expensive, and anyone that pays it, I'm just going to mail them one of my 3 Barracuda back windows. Nice. I keep looking at American Strats, but I like my Mexican one, and that there is my Mexican Strat that I bought myself on my 18th birthday that my friend ruined. It used to be maroon, burgundy, whatever, dark maroony. He like modified the horn and changed things and actually skinnied that body by like 1/4 of an inch. He shaved off the top of it. Crazy. Anyway, so it's ruined. I have it. I tried to not have it, but he basically just gave it to me. But I bought the same guitar. It's right here. It's actually 5 years older. Yes, the Africa Volvo door chime video. It's one of the greatest things I have ever seen on the internet. So good. Lavish gold bars. Delicious. Rich, creamy gold bars. Oh, okay. Robert Fitch says, I became a member at the get-go, which you did, which was 14 months ago. Okay, yeah, that sounds right to me. Yes, Chris. That is the $2,000 plus. I heard a guy traded one for a gold bar once. Nice. Yeah, dude, Alex Hoffman. Mexican fenders are nice. Japanese are way nicer. There was a beautiful, slightly transparent red Japanese Fender Strat that I saw on eBay. I was 17 years old. I couldn't afford it. And it was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen in my life. It's got to have a maple fretboard for me. If it's a Strat, it's got to have maple. And I love red colors on any guitars, really. So, yeah, I will never forget that. I've still want a Japanese Strat to this day. No, I don't have a resonator. Tanner just found out the trauma shears cut through chip bags as well as they do through clothes. Do you have a tin grill level of membership? The one with holes in it. Nice. Believe in Yourself said something about a 7-string? But I don't see a comment before that one. Nice. Yes, Mark Knopfler inspired me to learn how to play with my fingers. Really like that guy. He's on my short list. Old Iron. What is the term for 72 to 93 trucks? 72 to 80s aren't first gens. 81 to 93s aren't tin grills. I just call them D series or DW series. People do call them first gens, though. The question is, does first gen refer to Ram? Does first gen refer to the first gen Cummins, which I think it does, which is 89 to 93? Yeah, I don't know. Call them whatever you want. Just don't call them late to dinner or whatever. I don't have a Japanese Strat. I want one. But I do have a Japanese Aerodyne P-Vase Special. It is a very special one indeed. It's not here right now. It's at the studio. The temporary studio. Lavish gold bars. So much has happened in here. I just saw a comment about Les. Les gets mad nowadays if you say clutch sucks. If you say Primus sucks. I don't think that's true. He said in an interview that he does not. Tiffany says I should get a Theremin. I've long wanted one. Josh Homan is here. What's up? Yeah, the Aerodyne P-Bass is pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet, but I much prefer the Ricks. Stacy is late as hell, and so is Mark. He just got here. What a great winter day today. 65 up north. Really? Brought the Barracuda out of the storage trailer today. Glorious. Nice. Just today, somebody commented on one of those videos and said, you should put a stroker in it, or better yet, throw it away and get a 340. Oh my God. Old Iron says, my friend called mine an OBS Dodge and I had to throw him in a river. Same if you call them square bodies. Yeah. Yeah. Fret, F-R-E-T. Jaybird has fallen in love with Tom's newly acquired 69 Dart. It's a cool car. Don't get me wrong. It's got to be a 70 to get me excited. It's not my swinger. He thought I was going to be very excited about that car. And again, great car. Awesome. Really, really neat. But it's just not the one that gets me excited. And I just got one of those for very cheap. So, yeah. Tavo has hopped in. How's it going? Excuse me. Yeah. Mark M laughs at those stupid comments all the time. Me too. That's good times. Yeah, I don't know the temp, but we saw the sun. Yeah, I was on the roof today. I was cleaning gutters and reattaching them to walls and removing loose shingles. And I pulled down many feet of grapevines that were trying to eat our house and other trees and such. You know what, Paul? A 1969 Cougar XR7 428 Cobra Jet is a pretty cool car. Chris Newis just wishes all Dodges were 68s. 68's my favorite year, so don't get me wrong, but I really like a lot of 1970s stuff. Jeff R. wants to know, is there much Whitewood funk out there on the interweb? Yes, we have an album on Bandcamp. Hang on, I'll find it. See if I find it or McLovin finds it first. He'd have to know what it's called. Here you go. You ready? Wait, hold on. Whoa, that's me. Bam! That's our album that we recorded at High Command, Vivian's studio. And it was sick. And it's really great. The last two tracks were recorded elsewhere, but the main 5 were there. Yeah, so there's that. And then there are a handful of videos on YouTube. Ballads for Ava, yes, correct. Good job. But I found it already. Nice. Oh, Tavo just got down off the roof too. Wow. This was the day for it. Yes, Jaybird. Japanese lawsuit era guitars are great. Dan Tupper is here and says, maybe they should make a rumble strip for Aberdeen with a Nirvana song. We already have the Come As You Are sign. Tavo. What was that I watched a few hours ago with a duster being fixed? That would be the Colin show. Yep. Yes, that is how we met and how your car ended up in Atwood Hell for I don't care to say how many years. Paul Martman wants to know, did you ever play the flute? Not well. Played recorder, though. Still have one. Andrew Button says the problem with 68 was there was no E-body, and that ruins the whole Mopar deal for him. I don't like E-bodies. I've said this a lot. Russ Peter Derrick says 66.7 two-door hardtop B-bodies, Belvedere, etc. are my favorite. I like those cars a lot. I really like the Coronet 66.7. I wasn't going to say how many years. No, I didn't miss the Bandcamp joke. I didn't read the Bandcamp joke. Anyway, 66.7 B-bodies are awesome. We have one in a station wagon. But the two-door hardtop Coronet, and the Belvedere is good too, but the Coronet's my guy. I just love the quarter panels. And I prefer 66, but I like the scoopies on the 67. But the lights are better on 66, and I like the grill more too. So yeah, 66 Coronet's my guy. Those are great cars for sure. But I like some later B-bodies. Yeah. This is the intro of the album. Hi, I'm Jamie. This is... No, it's not. But nice. Colin needs to play flute. He played violin. He followed in my footsteps. And I assume, just like me, he was no good at it. There's a violin right there. I'm not going to play it. I don't like E-bodies. Paul Steinberg's out. See you later. 68 satellite two-doors cheaper to obtain. Not that cheap anymore because people have kind of gotten hip to that. Mark M, did you buy that Les Paul that was up this way? No, I bought one closer to home, and then I bought another one. What one did I send you? I don't even remember. I jokingly said, I almost sent you this link and asked you to go get it. I don't remember which one that was. I look at a lot of guitars. It's a problem. Marketplace is an issue. I don't see where I sent it to you, but anyway. Do you play it like a fiddle or classically? You could spill beer on it. Paul Wortman, have you ever back-halved a four-door for a two-door? Do you mean used sections of a four-door to fix a two-door? No. Andrew Button says, 70 Roadrunner is purely perfect in all ways. I prefer the 68 Roadrunner. It's the purest of the breed. But 70's good. Watermelon for breakfast dropped in. Hi, I love your channel. Thank you. What oil do you put in a 1973 18? Is HR1 Joe Gibbs overkill for the cost, or just run a plain old Castrol 1030? So you really want to run a high zinc oil, and Joe Gibbs is one of the best. Overkill, I don't know. The thing is, like, typical 1030 Castrol has a lower ZDDP content nowadays than it did back in the bad old days. It's technically, according to quote-unquote experts, you want the high zinc stuff. But I also watched an interesting video recently that said, you know, there are other additives in there that kind of take the place of the zinc, and it's kind of fine, and you probably won't have issues with modern oil. And I don't know anything anymore, but I use high zinc oil, and I suggest you do too. But there are plenty of people out there just running regular oil in their 318s, and it's probably fine. Yeah. Scoop is staring at the fiddle, but it won't play anything. Excuse me. In Everett. Yeah, that sounds right. I remember talking about this, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah. Haggerty's great. I had Haggerty's for years. Oh, that's funny. You should be used to the car guide thing by now, mother. Yeah. All those E-body guys can have all those E-bodies. I don't care. I had one once, got it out of my system. Dennis Wheeler, the burning question is, does Jamie have more cars or guitars? Cars. But we're getting there. I mean... We're getting there. No, it's still cars, but not by much. Yeah. Mama McP says that would be the McNugget. Jamie, you and Colin should start a channel called Dead Dodge Brothers. Also, which brother is older? Guess. But we already have Dead Dodge Garage. Robert uses diesel oil. Yeah, and I've done that too. Jaybird, have you and Colin ever raced each other? I mean, not as such. He's never been on a drag strip. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't say he made way more videos for the channel, but he did more often. And I mean, both he and Jordan were in early videos on the channel. I always expected to have both of them as like frequent contributors and characters and what have you. But anyway, yes, War Ghost, I'm aware that the XJ, how about the Cummins? It has a flat tapper cam, but there's higher zinc content and diesel oil. The thing is, the Jeep XJ doesn't have the kind of spring pressures that like muscle car engines use. Yeah. It's not quite the same thing. My mom wants an Opal? What a weird thing to want. Dead Brother Garage. Who's the oldest brother? I don't know. Hot Dog? Nice. Dead Dodge Shack. You only use tools from Dollar Tree and work out of a Rubbermaid garden tool shed. I could do that. I choose not to. Paul Wortman wants to know who's winning the beard growing contest. I don't know how long his is right now. Don't race against Colin's highlighter. Yeah. Brian Fisher says, missed my 66 Cornet 500 red, white, hard top, red interior, buckets, and console. Seeing Tom's kills me. Well, Tom's is a convertible, so it's not as good. 66 Cornet 500. A friend has one. It has paperwork issues. Why is Paul Wortman now defending the Camaro? I feel like we missed something. Nice. Russ Beater says, Jeep 258, four-wheeler valve springs, you can almost compress them with your bare hands. My point, the pressures at play in that system, in that engine, are very different. Yeah. Like all import engines, basically with overhead camshafts, use flat tappets. Not all, but many. Jamie's confused too. Yeah. This weirdo lost his beardo. Oh no, Alan shaved. Latus is in the house. How's it going? Latus 2. Yeah. Yeah, motorcycles take up less room. I had 3 or 4 at one time. It sure is eye-catching, yeah. Yeah, Taco Time. I've only shaved my beard once since my daughter has been alive, and she was slightly traumatized by that. Yeah. That's funny. I want a standard too, Chris. I've been looking for the right deal on one, or, I mean, I'd love one of the cool reissue models, but they're expensive. So I think it's probably going to be a standard, and I'd like it in the winey color. Ideally, the one I held in my hand in Guitar Center in 2010, and they would not give me a credit card to buy, or I would have it hanging on the wall instead of that thing. Yeah. Dead Dodge Brothers sounds like a dollar store detective show. Yeah. Anyway, Chris, I keep showing up with new guitars. My wife's used to it. The cars obviously are also a constant thing, but the guitars don't make money. Seriously, like, I don't know. I have a problem. I just keep bringing guitars home. And to be completely honest with you, I just want to play that one. The rest of them, I mean, my SG is like a family heirloom at this point, and I like most of them. But I sure don't need them. Jeff R. says, you expressed surprise that the axles in the garbage can cooter were not twisted yet. More torque would help that. Yes, I know. I will be fixing that problem. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. My mother is still angry at my brother. Tanner has 6 cars, 6 dirt bikes, and 10 bases. Nice. And Devil 2 had 2 E-bodies, 1 Hemi, 1 318. They were nice. I liked my 70 Roadrunner 6-barrel better. Oh, yeah. Tom has one of those. I made that run and drove it once with no brakes and a piece of string for a throttle. That was fun. Yeah. Oh, a nice original 58 LP. That's worth more than my house by a bit. No, I don't want a nice original. I want one of those nice reissues. That's what I was talking about. The Lose Brothers. That's really good. People used to call us the Dodge Brothers. But if we started a channel called that, we'd probably get sued. I've long anticipated a legal notice over Dead Dodge Garage, but it hasn't happened, so I guess it's fine. Yeah. That's funny. Jeff Hutchins, if I'm watching the show on TV, my wife always says, are you watching Red Dodge Garage again? I correct her every time. Someday she'll get it right. Nice. Guy's got to have a hobby, or 10 in my case. Yeah. Dead Dodge guitars. I'm not that good. Nicholas Johnson would watch Dead Dodge guitars for sure. It would be really funny. That would be really funny. Drums make guitars look cheap? It depends on which ones you're shopping for. I'm a drummer too. I've drummed in a good few bands. Raspeter Derelict says, watch the video of Sleeper Dude. Sleeper Dude has been in this live stream before, in the comments. Watch the video of Sleeper Dude getting the 270 Hemi bolted into his Model T. The aftermarket Bowling Brothers frame made it easy. I don't know anything about Model Ts, but that's cool. Latouche has a slightly blowed up 80s learner synth. Does that count? It counts for something. Yes. Ever see the YouTube short of Zappa ragging on Davy Jones from the Monkees? Yeah, when they're dressed as each other. You think our music, the music of the Monkees, is banal and insipid? Something like that. The Dodgy Brothers. I didn't learn Happy Trails, and I'm not gonna. Is your brother your older brother? Someone was supposed to guess. Someone got it right. The person that was supposed to guess gave up. Well, Jamie, do you want to drive me to Minnesota? I'm considering it. I will drive you there, and then I'm leaving. Mechanic, is the little Sapporo Challenger still in the fleet? Alas, no. It was sold. It was sold. It was sold to our very own Mid-South lowballer, who was here early on tonight, I believe. Where? Let's see. Hold on. I'm sure of it. I'm sure I saw the picture of. Hold on. Wait. Hang on. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh, that's an Archer bit. Hold on. Hold on. We're running out. Yeah, people used to call us the Dodge Brothers. He was always the Plymouth guy, though. I swear I saw Mid-South Low Baller tonight. Lana! What? Danger Zone. Is that what you want? Ants? Because that's how you get ants. Lana? Who would want to wear an on-fire suit? Okay, well, I'm not seeing it, but I swear I saw him. Anyway, Mid-South Low Baller. He bought it and drove it home to Memphis, Tennessee. I haven't seen that. That's awesome. Hi, I'm a huge fan of... Never mind. Yes, the cars in Archer were almost all... well, there are some Mopars. Anyway, what's funny is his car initially is a Challenger, but they don't ever say anything about it. And then when his mom gives him the car, it's the Dodge Challenger. And then when it gets stolen, he then gets a El Camino. Looks like a... Dang it, what did they say? Looks like a car had a baby with a truck or something like that. I don't know. You have my dog's attention. Which one? What's my lowball price for the 56 Imperial? Well, I have a 55 Imperial. Perhaps you mean that one. Rampage! I know, I got rid of my Rampage. Yeah, I would ask $2,500 for it. Rebuilt the carb. Needs a tune-up. Needs rewired. Needs a lot of things. Has brand new tires. It'll start and run on a trailer. Has a brand new fuel pump, but it wouldn't prime itself the other day when I tried running it off the boat tank, which was really annoying. Jaybird went from Tama Zildjian to Yamaha Peisty and never looked back. How dare you, sir? My Tamas and Zildjians can hear you. The White Stripes covered Beefheart. Party of special things to do. You can get the train home. Why don't you ride the train out there? Nice. Chris Nealis is sitting under a bunch of signed Dweezil Zappa artwork. Nice. I saw Dweezil. Zappa plays Zappa. Portland, Oregon, 2010. Keith Smith, I'm all about P90 pickup sets. Yeah. My classic has P90s. I love it. My hollow body, I had dog ear P90s put on years ago. But that's not a Les Paul. Yes, the Imperial needs a garage, and I would have, it would be in my garage right now, but when I tried to start it to drive it in there, the brand new fuel pump would not prime itself off of my boat tank. I don't know why. Finn used his last brain cell to fit the McNugget. Sorry. Used his last brain cell to gas, forgot to comment. Nice. No, Plymouth never had a Charger, but they had a Roadrunner. Yes, I parted with the Mitsu Dajibishi Galantinger? Whatever. Yeah, it was just sitting here. Anything that just sits here, it needs to go. I want to fly the train. Nice. Duel with the Valiant. Classic Dude Mike singing the Violent Femmes for some reason. I have heard of Putin's Fab Shop. Yes. Don't watch. Have heard. The Empire Builder. Yeah. Yes, Silvertone amps. 2 of them. 1484s. I worship at the altar of the Silvertone. I have a second cab over here as well. It's got factory grill cloth on it. Needs speakers, though. The one on top is my original, and you can almost see this corner here is separated to the point that you can't pick it up by the top because it just flops open. That's the one that caught on fire the day I tried to buy it. I bought it from a strange man in Portland, Oregon when I lived there. That one I bought right before the live. Was that a month ago? 6 weeks ago? I drove all the way up to, I don't remember where, north of Shelton a ways and back. And I made record time. And I got back here like 15 minutes before the live started. But anyway, that one is nowhere near as much a piece of garbage as mine. And if you look right here, this is a poster for my old band Whitewood Funk. We made that in 2010. That's a picture I took in my old house, my grandpa's house. That is that head and that cab. And you can't quite see it in the frame, but that is that Les Paul. My old garbage. Andrew Button thinks dusters have become popular again due to the ads with the emu. Yeah. The 55 Imperial is pretty solid. It has little bits of rust at all 4 corners of the main floor section and the quarters behind the big giant Imperial trim and the rockers behind the big giant Imperial trim. It is not perfect. Alex Hoffman, what timing would you think is best for a 268 comp cam? Whatever they recommend on the extended cam card on their website. Or I don't know, advance it or retard it a couple degrees to taste. But, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Dan Tupper has a steel tea bucket, too. Interesting. Ronald Fondren, 63 Valiant, still working on it, or how much moolahs? I was very surprised by the number of comments saying, I want to see you finish this, or I want to see more on this. Don't give up on it. And so I'm tempted to do that. And I don't know. I don't know. I have no time. Like, honestly, I don't know. I don't want to give up on it, but I also don't want to own it anymore. I haven't necessarily made a decision. Yeah. I love those Silvertones. Jack White turned me into a Silvertone guy. He didn't have the Twin 12, though. He had the 610, the 1485, the big dog. I also once had a 1483, the bass version. Or did I? Yeah, I think I did. Or did I have the Dan Electro version of the... They were made by Dan Electro, by the way. No, I think I had a 1483 too. Whatever, doesn't matter. Brady Dog wants to know, did you sell that nice Scamp you had? Not yet. A guy that's in these comments really wants it, but he hasn't come to get it yet. Oh, Emery Myers. Caught on fire, bought it anyway. Nice, or perfect, or something. I don't know, it scrolled away. Yeah, they say Silvertone, but who built them? Dan Electro. They're rebadged, rehoused, kind of, Dan Electros. So that amp caught on fire when it went. Yes, the head goes in the back of the cab. Yep. And they, from the factory, they're hardwired. Every one of them has been converted to use a cord, but from the factory, they are hardwired to the cab, and they slide into the back, and they're a little plastic clips that hold them in there, so you can carry it to your buddy's garage. Anyway, I don't know where the... Oh, yeah. Caught on fire, bought it anyway. I didn't. So I went to buy that thing. I was part trading a 1968 Vox Cambridge amp that I had, which was really sweet, actually. One of the original transistor amps. And I brought a cab with me to plug that head into, and it turns out the speaker wasn't plugged in. So as soon as the guy took it off standby, it went whoom out the back. And I didn't know. I figured it out later. But he really wanted that amp and needed the extra money on top or something. So then he started showing me other stuff that he had. Really strange guy. Kind of seemed perma-fried, if you know what I mean. And one of the things was a 1966 Harmony 1206, Harmony Sovereign acoustic guitar with the pickguard off, but included. And he said, you need this. Then he showed me his fancier, bigger Harmony, and said, oh, well, I'm not getting rid of that, but you need this one. Yeah, you need this. You should get this, and then give me this amp, and then give me more money than you were going to give me for that head, and take this guitar. And I just kind of went, but okay, I guess. Sure, I like vintage acoustic guitars. I guess I do need an acoustic. It's not a piece of garbage. And that is how I got my 1966 Harmony Sovereign. And that was 15 years ago. 15 and a half. And then he took that to the shop and had the output transformer replaced, which I have had to do it again since then. And then got a hold of me and said, hey, I got this fixed. If you still want it, it's this amount in cash. And I did. So I went and got it. Ooh, that guitar. Also, I took my Chinese one with me. He had that. I forgot about that. I got both of those pieces of gear, my favorite pieces of gear, and my acoustic they still have, from this crazy guy. He was about to start teaching a kid to play guitar, and he was going to give him an Epiphone Les Paul. And I saw that, and I was like, dude, that is beautiful. I have an Epiphone Les Paul. It's Chinese. It's Honeyburst. It's literally brand new. I will trade you for that one. And he said, I'm going to give him this one. But this is brand new. Like, this is a way nicer guitar. Trade me the cool old one. And he did. Really weird guy. We remained friends for a while, but lost contact. Oh, yes, if I drive my mother to Roosters, I get cinnamon rolls. Get a nice 410 cab Fender tube amp. Well, my basement head is right there. It's sitting on a 212 Bandmaster cab. My 215 cab is at the studio. Yes, the trim and the Silvertone's fantastic. I do sometimes modify guitars. I agree, Robobert. The turbo slant is a cool idea. It's also stupid, but it is cool. That's funny. Oh, I have an Ampeg head too. It's a V4 right there. On my trainer cab. Plymouth on Plywood will be around for a couple days if you figure out if you're going to keep it or not. I need to put that triple side draft on something. Yes, you do. Yeah. Decisions are hard. You should probably just show up with money. Classic Dude Mike says, bring your new Les Paul closer to the camera. Fine. No. We'll bring this too, because you never know. You might need that. Oh, look. I put cream plastics on the back. Came with black for some reason. It's very beaten. Someone did a custom relicing job. This was all done with like a torch or a lighter or something. I scraped all the crispy bits off, and then I sanded, and then I polished. Looks pretty cool. And then I put the pickguard on and the knobs, and polished all the hardware. Fresh strings, obviously. They were rusty. Yeah. Oh, it's already 8 o'clock. No, I don't like Marshalls. I used to have a Marshall cab. Got rid of it. Nice. Moto Alley is here and says, your channel is one of the reasons I want to keep trying to get my 88 D100 running. You can do it. If it's got TBI, it's either the computer or the distributor. Good luck. Has all of your music gear been on fire or just the Les Paul and the Silvertone? Basement hasn't been on fire, but the Tubes did some interesting stuff once. What else has been on fire? That might be it. Oh, yes. Yes, I sent McLovin pictures of it when I got it. It was really terrible. And it has come around. I paid $400 for this thing. And these sell for like $800 for a beat up one, kind of beat up used one, and $1,200 for nice ones. They're the cheapest Gibsons. I'm not playing Happy Trails. Anyway, will you make that deal? I'd make that deal. What's on the agenda this week? I saw you asked earlier. I meant to say something. These are not made in China. No. Epiphones are made in China. But this, if you look really closely, says made in USA, 2011. Guitar solo. Now that I can do. Play the Happy Days theme song. Oh, if we're talking cars that have been on fire. Yeah. Play your mom some Jimmy Page. Let's see what I can do. Notice, number one, burst Les Paul. I have 3 of them. Notice also the way the strings are tied. That's a Jimmy Page thing. Notice also that guitar has the same kind of bridge pickup that he would use. And that one's pretty close too. But don't read into that too much. Oh, God. So the one issue with this guitar is it will not stay in tune. Oh, guitar store guy was stretching the strings. I forgot. I can't do that very well. Yeah, anytime you can buy a Gibson for $400, do that. And just the fact that it was like, oh, Jeff Hutchins' power went out. That's unfortunate. Come back to me. I can do better. Yes, all Gibsons are made in the USA. That's the neck pickup. I'm usually a bridge guy, but anyway, I might have to put tuners on it. Do I actually know any, like... Oh, yeah, the Chinese ones are Gibsons. I did have to adjust the truss rod a little bit to straighten the thing out. Good night, Ange Devil. Take it easy. I did play Heartbreaker. Kind of. Badly. Dang it. Patrick Ramberg is here. How's it going? Riley Chrisman. Jamie, are you looking for a cab visor for your Ram truck? No. Thought I wanted one. Got one. Set it on the Ram truck. Alan held it in place. I stepped back and went, nope. That ain't it. Yes, Gibsons are made in Kalamazoo, Michigan still, are they not? Or are they in Nashville exclusively? I don't remember. Good night, Ronald Frondren. Yeah, the 63 Valiant is an awesome car. No, I've never had a guitar plucked. That's for elitists. Latouche is out. See you later. Dang it. Well, see, I was trying to build a tiny semi-truck. That's why I wanted a visor. But I realized it's not the look. What's up, Kay? What's a Cadillac 3? Can you tell I'm detuned an entire step? Wow, Scoop is listening to my music right now. Needs intonated. Come back to me. I can do better. Sounds a bit goth, Jeff says. Yeah, that whole album's pretty goth. Except for... Did I play that in drop? I don't remember. Maybe I did. I must have played it in drop. Oh, God. Oh, anyway, I'm playing in that tuning again because Whitewood Funk is writing again. So I got the Les Pauls tuned up and fresh strings and... Not the broken one. It's not goth, it's Pacific Northwest dark. Thank you, Vivian. Yeah. Anyway, Whitewood Funk's playing. When are we playing? December 12th. Moto Alley's back to the grind. Catch you later. Classic Dude Mike said, tune it to G. It's going to be open F. I guess I'd already... I do not know Guitar Boogie. Dang it. Rolling, tumbling, hey, all night long. We were rolling and tumbling, hey, all night long. I'm not actually going to play any songs. I hope that's okay. Dang it. Well, 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 so I can die easy. Well, 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 so I can die easy. it can't stay in tune. God, I like this thing a lot. I used to play slide a lot. Scoop ate all the corn dogs. Cough. I forgot about that. Dang it. This is hard. Okay, maybe this is better. Nope. Like it a lot. All right, anyway, yeah, that's true. Scoop, I don't want your popcorn. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Sturgill Simpson. Yeah, heard of him. Yeah, Grover's. I'm going to get some Grover's. I didn't want to. I like the look of the originals, but yeah. Yes, that song's been in I used it for an intro several times. Anyway, bridge pickup turned down the treble, but that just takes the piss out of it. Okay, I'm going to go eat something. Well, I started late, so now I've been here for 2 hours, so that makes up for lost time. So, anyway, on the agenda for this week, Slant 6 on Wednesday. Next weekend, I literally have no idea. I don't know if I'm going to make a Sports Fury GT video. I don't know if I'm going to have time. There's a Valiant to revive. I don't know if I'm going to have time. There's a Dart to get running, which I'm really excited about, but I don't know if I'm going to have time. There's a Hudson Hornet that I need to work on wiring, but I probably am not going to have time. I'd like to work on the turbo car more unless someone comes and buys it. The wide world of Sports Fury GT. Hi, Cop Car Steve. Thanks for being here. What else am I not going to have time for this week? I worked on Tracy's car. It shifts gears now, but there's a bunch more to do, and there's a swinger stuck on the lift, and the swinger's covered in slant 6 parts, so everything kind of has to happen in a certain order. Yeah. This is the way. Oh, the banana that flies. Got the engine block back. Showed a picture of that last week. Haven't done anything else with it. JE Piston said they were interested in working with me on this build, and I have not heard back from them. So I might just have to do whatever. There might be a blower in the mail, but it's a small one. I don't think it's actually what I want to use for this project, but I will pop it on top of the mock-up engine, and it'll look hot. Rubberfit 66 Valiant in the background of Tom's video. Yes, correct. Yeah, we're going to do the things and the stuff. Old Iron is going to unsubscribe next weekend unless I do a 64 Power Wagon video. God, I'd like to work on that too. The people would love to see a poly put together. Greetings and salutations, Dante Knight, who appears, unless I'm mistaken, appears to be a cat. Yeah. Brady, you're cruising for a friggin' ban, son. You better retract that one. Here, you know what? I'll do it for you. There you go. There is a yellow Power Wagon that needs a heart, and I have been working on that 318, but it's still not all the way together. So I gotta get this slant 6 done. And then there's the 318 to build. And then the 361 for the 57 Coronet, which everybody wants to see. And then I gotta work on Perky because everybody wants to see that too. Anyway, yeah. I'm going home. Send him to the corn. Brady has flirted with the corn so many times. All right. Well, yeah, job security. Seriously. All right. It's been real and it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. I will see you in the comments and next week. And until then, good night and good luck. I actually finished my drink this time. Bye-bye. Have a great one. Later, Tater. That's what I always say to my daughter. Okay, bye. Thanks. Checkbook's closed. Bye. Bye, nerds. Oh, I didn't hit the right button. What did I do? Okay, bye.